Hail to the spring, hail to all living things. Hail to the maiden and the joy that she brings. Hail to the earth, let all the people now sing. Hope is renewed at the coming of the spring. Good morning and welcome to Aries season and the brand new astrological new year. And hail to the spring. Happy Easter to those who celebrate that. Blessed Ostara to those who are more Wiccanly inclined. Good morning. I'm Valerie Friend, and this is Sunday Morning Tea and Tarot. And we are live streaming on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So hail to the spring. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, Stacy. Good morning, Erica. And Dora's here. Good morning, Cherie. And who else? Jane's here. Good morning, Facebook user. Somebody said, good morning, peeps. See, if you don't say that StreamYard can display your name, you get this Facebook user thing with no name. So I don't know who you are. And last week we guessed and we were wrong.
Oh, were we?
We thought it was Mary Jane and it was my sister Dee Dee.
Oh, well, good morning, peeps.
Good morning, Melissa. Good morning, Kathy. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. So let's talk about the power couple of the hour. This is the first quarter moon meets the Aries sun. All right. So the first quarter moon invites us to really put some juice behind our intentions, kind of asking us, are you really serious about these intentions that you have set? Are you really, all in? Well, then it's time to do something about it. All right. Good energy to start this week. Good morning, Kate. Good morning. Good morning. Do a little like and share if you want to, because we want to get the message out and F the algorithms. So Aries, so we're talking about this first quarter moon, which is a lovely pairing with Aries, but can lead to a little impulsivity. Aside from Aries being the start of the new astrological year, it's the spark plug of spring. Aries initiates. It's time to get going while we're still standing still in this time of a global pandemic, right? So we might feel a little bridled right now in a way that might not be too comfortable. It's sort of that, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, cha-cha thing we've got going on. We're building energy from now until next Sunday's full moon. So, I want to cultivate the image of fanning the sparks into a warm blaze, rather than blowing shit up. We don't want to have to call the bomb squad this week. Mm-hmm. So Aries qualities: strong, brave, and leaderly. Creative bonfires, not excessive drive that creates portals to higher achievement. Aries can also be a little self-involved, impulsive, and reckless. So check yourself this week. Just check yourself. As we go into prayer, let's focus on building our confidence while we take responsibility for leading our lives in a generative way, in a way that is for the good of all and the harm of none, in a way that is growth producing instead of power grabbing. Okay, we're gonna be our own cheerleaders this week, and we need cheerleaders this week. So buckle up. We're gonna rub our little Reiki hands together if you're called. Maybe put them above your candle just so you can feel the warmth but not get burned. That's the sweet spot that we're cultivating right now. You can't see, I have my hands over my candle. Rub that inspiration, that initiation into your heart space, and maybe roll your shoulders back to create more openness. Just for this time, stop scrolling, stop trying to multitask. Take a nice deep breath as we open the channel of divine love and light to bring forth this message for Sunday morning tea and tarot. I ask our guides, angels, light beings, and ancestors to show up, surround us with love and protection, and bring forth messages that are clear, concise, and actionable, delivered for our highest good, the highest good of all. And we ask this in perfect love and perfect trust. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Ooh! I love praying with you. Hey, Tamara. Hey, Meryl. Hi, Kieran. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, Linda Tony's in Minnesota. Holy crap. What you doing there, girl? Do you live in Minnesota? Look. Good morning from Minnesota. Who else do we have here? I've got Nancy, a Crohn's Intuition. That's kind of cool for your YouTube name. That's kind of awesome. So yeah, say hello in the feed. Amy and Natalie are here. Good morning, gals.
Hello.
How are my two favorites?
Quite wonderful on Ostara post today.
The post Ostara day?
Yes.
Yep, we tip into a little tiny bit more light today. And I want to say, we are tipping into the energy of the maiden. This is my maiden that I made, my little paper doll. I know she has gray hair, but like all the young girls have gray hair now. So I think she's great. And she has purple shoes. Awesome. Very maiden energy for me. What represents your own maiden? You know, your own young, exuberant, enthusiastic, ready to go, ready to, really bring the heat and the light to this springtime season. Think about it. I have my Bridget's Grove. I like to use her for my maiden energy. I don't know why. I've got this whole pink thing going on for Ostara this year. I'm not a huge pink girl, I gotta say, but it's really calling to me. And when a color or a shape or a idea blossoms in your soul right now, pay attention and act on that, okay? All right. Let me go back to my comments. How can I get this? Okay, hide.
Take note that MMB is not able to do cards tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Melissa said she can't do cards tomorrow morning, and I'm teaching school tomorrow. So if anybody would like to do a nice Sunday morning tea and tarot recap and pull a couple of cards, I would love to have you step in. We'll make you an administrator of the page and then take you off tomorrow so you don't get a million notifications. But it's something your maiden might want to try.
Lacey's interested in doing it. She's raising her paw.
Oh, great. Just what we need, a dog reading tarot. It's not that kind of Sunday morning show, let me tell you.
Dogs only play poker with cards.
Okay.
That's right. Okay.
All right. Okay, now you two, settle down now. Simmer down, little maidens on the bed. All right, so for those of you who might be new, Tea and Tarot happens in 3 parts. We're going to start with the swirl, the energy all around in the collective. Then we're going to take it to the path, how we might walk through it a little more gracefully, a little more avoiding of the potholes, I want to say today. And then the illumination is how we bring it all together, how it like unites and inspires in our own little sweet gooey souls. So we're going to start this week. This week I used the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck. This is like my oldest Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And I keep it in this little box that I got at a garage sale. Isn't it gorgeous? I think I paid $2 for it. And then inside, I've been keeping this little crab shell of protection. So it's just a nice little reminder to me that like my intentions, my magic, my special secret witch sauce is, really held tightly. And it brings me some calm to know that my guidance is surrounded by beauty and joy, and also ancient protection vibe.
Yay.
So just a little thing. I have witch tips today. So we're going to start out this week. Let me just see if anybody else. Oh, Tina Lindley's here. And she says she's very flexible. Yes, which would not be like my current self. But I thought she wants to kick up her heels a little bit. And have you guys seen the shit show happening in Miami Beach right now? Like they've closed a bunch of things, state of emergency, because the spring breakers have been just shenanigan city. Their little maidens have gone off in crazy town banana pants direction. So we might want to use that as a little litmus test for ourselves. Liza says a Gloucester crab shell. Look at that, my friend Liza. Actually, yes. When I'm in Gloucester, I collect these like off the dock in the morning, because the seagulls like get them and clean them out completely. Like I don't even have to wash them. They're like dogs with the steak juice at the bottom of the pan, like you could put it right back in the cupboard after that. So yeah, I get a lot of my crab shells from Gloucester. I have a lot of my horseshoe crab molts from Cape Cod. We're New England girls. I know. Tina, I want to say, I went back to school this last Friday. Was my first day back at school. I was so excited. I still am. I'm teaching 3 days this week, and it's so good to be around the kids. But do you know what? Like I walked up and down more stairs than I have been used to in the last year of COVID inactivity and winter on top. And I am so sore.
Whoa.
I went and got acupuncture yesterday, and oh my God. Tamara says, I love it when you say that Crazy Town Banana Pants part. My oldest daughter came up with Crazy Town Banana Pants when she and her cousins were younger. All right, let's get started. We're going to start out the swirl, the collective energies on a good note, everything well and good with the 10 of Pentacles. I call this the legacy card. And this card, number one, I want to say, depicts a multi-generational family where the baton is passed from the elder generation to the new generation, where resources are shared, where everyone has enough. Remember, the opposite of scarcity is not abundance. The opposite of scarcity is enough. Enough for everyone. I think that that's super important this week. Feeling stable and held in our families of choice or chance is certainly available this week. You may even get like a little boost of cash, or some physical support from your family, or those who feel like family to you. This is a card that embraces the energy of loyalty and reciprocity. It's sort of like the good of the collective overrides like the good of each individual member. Does that make sense? I don't want to say you're not important, but together you are stronger, you are better, you are amazing. Oh yeah, look, Liza said stimulus check. And I have right here this, again, let's talk about the stimulus checks. This is a time to build and plan, pay and give, but always reserving a little for that legacy that you are building for yourself and your people. All right. And I know some of us have more people than others. Some of us have better quality people than others. Don't let yourself get hung up in what you don't have. And we're going to talk about that more later on. The next card in the swirl is the Fool reversed. And this is reckless and chaotic energy. This is like the poster child of Miami Beach right now. And I heard the old saying, going off half-cocked. And so I had to look up the etymology of this saying. And it's actually from a time when there was a half-cock on a gun, right? So it's not fully brought back. Some of that was for safety, but old guns were unpredictable. So sometimes when it was only in the half-cocked position, it would explode, and that was called going off half-cocked. I don't really like gun analogies at all, but it is sort of that impulsive feeling of being trigger happy, of being in lockdown for a long time. There's like a poetic resonance with the energy of being in a position of being surprised by an explosion. Like waking up this morning and what explodes into your consciousness before you really have a chance to set the tone for your own day. I think that that's worth thinking about. I also want you to think about the Fool reversed in our progression here as a calculated risk. Instead of impulsively exploding on the scene after this long year, you may be ready to break out and break free, but we want to temper that nature with focus and direction. So, back from my AIDS services day, we talked about harm reduction all the time. And what was harm reduction but a risk assessment? Like nothing is 100% safe. Okay. So, but the idea of abstinence forever, not so appealing to some people. So we think about the calculated risks that we're willing to take with our bodies, with our minds, with our energetic presence. We're going to step out anew, but we're not going to be stupid about it. Sorry, I know that's a little harsh. The next card is the Two of Cups reversed. Who or what do you need to break up with energetically in order to maintain your equilibrium? We just went through the equinox energy yesterday. Spring season. And, Aries wants to push, like, I really want this connection. I really want this to work. I want. Which of your loved ones or beloved situations need a checkup this week? A little just check in, check up. You don't want to brew any resentments in your heart space. You don't want to impede your healing or the healing of another. Look at that beautiful symbol, the angel hanging overhead, the medical symbol. I can never remember the name for it. But, what is out of sorts? What is unhealed relationally? How's your communication? How's your body language? How's your plan for having fun together going? Maybe not so good. Maybe not so good. So do a checkup from the neck up and see what kind of squirrely thinking is going on in here that might get you down this week. Reckless words and deeds in the love department could be on the table. So if you've been having a hard time with your sweetie or your BFF, or even, a loving situation, I don't know what that would be, but it's coming to me, so I'm saying it. Are you spending more time thinking about who done you dirty than you are about who's doing you right? Okay? Check up from the neck up. Think about it. The first quarter moon shows us a way to the glass full. Okay? And I have my little glass half full here. It's a little witch tip, little ritual for you from now until the full moon next Sunday. Okay? So I just have tap water in here. I didn't go out to a natural flowing stream, but if I had time to do that this morning, I would have. I didn't. Tap water, and then I'm going to put a little pink Himalayan sea salt in the bottom just to give it the grounding of the natural world. So on your altar, a little half full glass. All right. Now it's going to evaporate. It's going to go down. Or pay attention to it. And each day, I want you to just pour a little libation into your glass to bring the level up until by the full moon, I want your glass to be really full. Okay? And as you're doing this, just add a little heat, a little initiation energy to the intentions that you're setting for this season. We've rolled into a new season. What is on the agenda for the next 3 months for you? What is going to get you through to summer solstice right now, when we're really going to turn up the heat? All right? So basically, we're being asked to hold responsible space, nope, upright, hold responsible space for long-term growth this week. The 10 of Pence is the only upright card in the reading today. So, so at this point of precarious reconnection to Earth life, I think we need to ask of ourselves this energy of resistance and persistence at the same moment. Let me say that again, because I think it's really important. Resisting the things that draw away from our resources and persisting at a reasonable pace forward into Aries season. But spring fever is a thing, okay? And it was a thing long before we had COVID and lockdowns and civil unrest and discord and, an insurrection and all the things that happened around the racial reckonings around the country. So spring fever is a thing. We want to get out there. We want to do something. We want to be helpful. We want to do this. We want to do that. I want you to dig deep this week for 2 things: self-control and self-regulation. All right? So, your honey says something to you that just doesn't sit right. Instead of blah, coming right back at them with, your sass, because yeah, sass. I want you to go off by yourself. Take a moment to like calm down. Wait until your shoulders feel a little lower. Wait till your belly loosens up and softens. And then go back and say something with your beautiful civil communication, nonviolent words. Like, that hit me in a spot and I really had to calm myself down, but I want to go back and revisit it and let's work it out. That kind of stuff. Not denial, not overreaction, but that nice, sweet spot. That is the energy of equinox. So dig deep this week. Self-control, self-regulation will be your friend. Let's look at the path. And I gotta say, the path is full of a bunch of don'ts as we begin Aries season. And I know our little maidens, we just don't want to hear the don'ts. We're like gonna stomp our feet in resistance to that. Let's just cool down, honey. All right, we start the path with the 5 of Swords reversed. And number 1 is like, don't be a bulldozer, okay? Don't participate in competition and one-up personship. They are both hallmarks of Aries, okay? Aries likes to pour gas on things and light them up. So instead of competing with others this week, I want you to just go for your own personal best. All right. Yesterday I walked on the treadmill for 8.5 minutes and today I walked for 10. Personal best. Yay me. Stay in your own lane. Stay in your own lane. You do not have to attend every fight or fatootsiness that you're invited to this week. You just don't. You can say, no, thank you. I'm not going to argue with you about this. I'm going to go work on my own personal best now. You do you, but I'm going to do this. Very, very good advice from the 5 of Swords reversed. I know you're bored, but causing chaos or inciting the tribe in some way might not be the exciting experience that you wish you had. Okay. Remember all those people who are following the directions of the former president of stupidity and got caught up in an insurrection. Yes, some of them planned that all along. Some of those people were sheeple and they just got caught up in a bad situation, So inciting your tribe doesn't always work out the way you planned, okay? So how do you incite in your family of choice, collective, tribe, organization, institution, legacy? How do you do that? It's just an interesting question. I don't think you should have an answer for it immediately, but think about, what you do to sort of rile people up in a way. Or how do you allow other people to rile you up? That's the other thing. I tend to be more of a riler upper, but some of us are easily riled up by others. So think about which one you are. Be honest with yourself and then personal best yourself on that. I am not going to rile anybody up today. If I feel like riling people up today, I'm going to do something else. I'm going to take a walk. Amy wants me to take a walk with her today. So think about it and think about your personal antidotes, okay? What is your antidote for riling or being riled up? Number 1. Next card in the path is the Nine of Wands reversed. Do not be fooled into gerrymandering your boundaries this week, okay? You set them for a reason. And if you don't respect them, you could really be caught off guard. Cycles of human interconnection can lure us into compromise when we know we need to stand strong. All right. It's like, I want to do this so much, and this person says I can, and, and it's like all of a sudden your boundary is 6 steps behind your back and you're sucked in and maybe riling up or being riled up. Okay. We teach people how to treat us by honoring ourselves. So make sure that you are self-honoring and not sliding back into a place that feels more comfortable, but still not good. Okay. It's sort of that lure of the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. The devil you know is exactly who you know. And you put those boundaries in place for a reason. All right. Last card in the path, the King of Pentacles reverse. And this one's easy. Don't be an asshole. Don't be an asshole. Hold your boundaries and stay out of the fray, but don't hold up in a cocoon of resentment. All right. Number 1, that festering animosity leads to crude, rude, crappy behavior. And it doesn't mean that we're not going to feel it. Like I feel like being crappy, like several times a day, usually. But self-regulation, self-control, I don't do that anymore. Maybe when I was 19, I would hurl some stuff willy-nilly, but I'm not 19 anymore. And so I'm not going to do that. And this is a very mature energy to put on maiden season, let me tell you. A king is a long way from a page or a knight. Okay. So I want you to think about things like the malignancy of patriarchy and how it infects our freedom. I want you to think about power with and power to instead of power over. There is no conquest to be had this week except for your own personal best. All right, remember that? We're not doing that. So don't let this energy of top dog feeling smitten, or not smitten, smited. You don't have to be top dog for anybody except yourself. You honor yourself. And if we pull this king upright, that's like serious self-regulation and, self-control for the good of all. The king is supposed to take care of the land and all the peoples of the land. And of course, we're going back to that whole colonial system that sucks, but it is the archetype of the kings in tarot. So you just don't have to be top dog to win. My daughter and her husband have a tagline for their marriage. They've had it, forever, since before they were married. And it's called mutual victory. Okay. And if we are staying out of, competitive capitalistic environments, we're holding our own boundaries, and we're making sure we're not acting like assholes, then we win and we all win. Okay? Does that make sense? We win and we all win. Oh, Stacy says, self-control for the good of all. Absolutely. That's perfect. And we have another Facebook user that says you don't have to be top dog. Mutual victory is awesome. It really is, because we can all win. That's why we say, for the good of all, the harm of none, and all that kind of, love and light witchy shit that we spout. Well, let's mean it. Let's mean it, okay? Let's mean it this week. The illumination. Hierophant reversed. And I really heard, break free from the chains. And certainly we want to break free and be the change this week. Invent your own religion of communal care and a legacy of respect and love and companionship and right-sizedness. Redirect and deflect any attempts by your ego to remind you that there are bad people out there, so we need to hoard and consume, so we don't get hurt, sort of way over boundaried up in some ways. Consumerism is not the answer this week. To each in their right measure is the little phrase that I want you to sit with and be with. To succeed this week, we need to innovate and upgrade our own paradigms. Anything that you do religiously without really looking at what you're doing is its own dogma. Okay, let me unpack that a little bit. Like that mindless scrolling that I start doing before I've even checked in with my spirit in the morning, that's dogma that seeps into my day. Like I can't start my day without finding out how many people on Instagram like my picture, or without knowing that CNN reported on this shady thing that's happening. No. That allows other people's dogma to possess my soul before I've had a chance to possess my own soul. Okay? Because of all the caution this week, all the reversals in the path, I see them as sort of stoplights and caution lights. So, red, yellow, green. We have no green this week. There's not a green light. You might sit at that blinking yellow light for an hour and a half. And there might be a full-on stop. But I think because of those things, we should look at Saturn. And Saturn is in Aquarius right now. So you might want to go to your own astrology chart and see where Saturn is in your birth chart, see which house it's in and what parts of life it's affecting. Saturn in Aquarius can bring us shockingly into the energy of challenging authority. And that's really the hallmark of the Hierophant reversed, is sort of saying, wait a minute, I see the wizard behind the curtain. You are not the great, powerful Oz. You've drank the Kool-Aid, and I'm not joining you in your death spiral. So make your challenges mean something this week. Make your behaviors a little more focused and really pinpointing that area, that growth edge for yourself. Don't just challenge things because you think it's cool. And yes, change is needed indeed. It's exciting. It's a little scary. But if we do not carry the lessons forward, the Hierophant is often referred to as the teacher or the Pope card. But, don't just be challenging for the sake of being challenging. Challenge the things that really have meaning in your heart. Things that really have the potential to affect change, rather than stuff that just makes you feel like you're affecting change, but doesn't carry a whole lot of weight with it. Remember the lessons you've learned over hermiting season, the long version, extended play hermiting season. just as we close up the reading, I want to say that I really feel this as the energy of the return of the witch. Now, not in the popular social media kind of way, but this deep alchemical reunion with the divine feminine, with the sacred yin energy, with the wise ways of the grandmothers. Before the witch wound had sort of permeated every soul that exists on this planet at this time. So I want to just encourage you to do a thing, a little ritual to stoke your authentic magic. Maybe you'll choose the cup half full ritual. Maybe you will light a candle and have a little dance-a-thon with your maiden. Maybe you will go outside and plant some bulbs or some seeds or, something like that. Do a thing, something that feels authentic to you. So if you're immediately thinking about something, that's it. Grab it, take hold of it. Who are you? And what did you come here to do this time around? How will you create a physical and energetic structure around your faith? The sacred is alive within us. The sacred is alive within all of us, and together we rise. Blessed be. All right, let me just, Stacy says she loves Hierophant energy. Why do you love Hierophant energy, Stacy? And I would love to hear. And yes, we are going to be updating our own paradigms. We cannot update other people's paradigms. You will drive yourself crazy trying to do that. It's like, I'll show you, I'll fix you, and then we're not going to talk about me. Fix your own paradigm first. Put your own oxygen mask on first. Heal yourself before you try healing others. It's always good stuff. All right. We've got a bot on. Can we block this guy? Delete comment. All right. Just ignore them. Just ignore them. All right, let me show you the decks I've got for us today. I'm going to get a little sip of tea. Slow down a little. How much time do we have? Oh, we're doing okay. All right, I've got 3 decks for us today. First, I have Chrissy-Ann Donnelly's The Light Seers Tarot for our tarot deck. Beautiful deck, and I love for spring. Look at those green edges. Doesn't that just seem perfect for spring?
Yes.
It's a beautiful deck. If you've got some money put aside for deck purchases and you wanted to spend a little bit of your stimulus check for a tool for your practice, highly recommend Chrissy-Ann Donnelly's The Light Seers Tarot. Our next deck, only because it goes with my little pink theme, is Rebecca Campbell's Work Your Light deck.
Nice.
Work Your Light Oracle deck. This is not a tarot deck. And it's just that beautiful portal deck. And look at all the pink. It just went so perfectly with my little altar I've been working with.
What's the difference between a tarot and an oracle deck?
Good question. Natalie asks, what's the difference between a tarot and an oracle deck? So tarot decks traditionally follow the archetypes of the original tarot deck and have 78 cards. That's why we have that wonderful book, 78 Degrees of Wisdom by Rachel Pollack. So tarot is an established and long-lasting sort of set of archetypal presentations. Now, oracle decks can have any number of cards. You see a lot of decks, oracle decks with 52 cards, like a playing card deck, or 44 cards. This one has, I don't know how many this one has, But there's hardly ever an oracle card deck that has 78 cards. So it does, most of the oracle decks that I love sort of collapse different archetypes into each other, like the ones that really fit together well. So oracle decks can be anything. You can make an oracle deck for, you know, I don't know, went blank. So, but the primary difference is that tarot decks follow sort of a new adaptation of the old archetypes and always have the 78 cards. Sometimes somebody will be a renegade and throw in an extra card, like the regeneration card in the Tarot of Trees, but mostly people follow the 78 card format. Oracle cards are free for all. You can make an oracle card deck about anything. And I actually have a little side project going on with a creative genius that you'll be hearing more about for sure. So my last oracle card deck is the Moonology deck by Yasmin Boland. And this is a 44 card deck. So those are the decks, and I've been loving the energy of these decks. So if you would like, oh my God, I gotta block this bot. There we go. I blocked it. And then we're just gonna delete these. Oh, this is why Facebook drives me crazy, I gotta say. Okay, I'm not going to worry about it now. It's blocked. So it's good to block those kind of bots right away because sometimes they grab people's messenger account and it's just a shit show. We're going to try to stay out of today. All right, let me see. Oh, look here. Michelle Katie is finally making it over to YouTube this morning. Yay! Yay! We have less interference on YouTube, guys. So really, if you want to avoid the Facebook shenanigans, really. So, and I am seeing here first thing, Andrea Parker McGivern is saying we are drowning in negativity in our household, work, finances, general doom. Would love a card. I would say, yeah, let's get you a card and let's go to the Work Your Light deck, because if you are drowning in negativity, you probably need to get some more light. And I do have the book here in case it's a card I'm not familiar with, but I've had this deck for a while, so I've gotten to know her. Oh, there we go, Andrea. Transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. All right. So Andrea, I know it feels dark. I know it feels negative. I know it feels like we're drowning in negativity. So what do you need for a life preserver? Where's your little floaty tube or your water wings to keep you up? I look at the beauty and the control of this card. You know, this is an empowered energy. Transformation happens when we empower ourselves. So instead of proclaiming yourself drown in negativity, you're going to have to do that extra work. Number one, be careful. Swords, communication, air energy. What is coming out of your mouth? What are you speaking into the universe? That is spell work. That is magic. So number one, I want you to really lean into the empowerment of this card. Transformation hurts sometimes, you know, like everybody says, for the caterpillar to become the butterfly, it has to dissolve into a mass of goo and then restructure. So what could you do to restructure your resources this week, Andrea. Instead of reacting, going down with the ship, what are the pieces of control you can take? And we always have pieces of control that we can take. It might not always be fast, fun, and easy. The legacy is worth the work. So really pay attention. I want you to see yourself sitting in confidence here. We have solved 100% of the financial and work general doom situations that we have approached this lifetime. We're still here. We're still doing it. We've learned some things. Now we're leaning into it. I feel this calling for you to trust yourself in a different way than you have been. What I'm hearing is that you're always willingly going down into the negativity cesspool and instead of saying, no, thank you. No, thank you. Yeah, this is hard stuff, but I rise. Still, I rise. And I do better each time. Okay? That's what I've got for you, honey.
Hello, Marcy.
Marcy.
Is it Marcy Koch? Koch?
Yeah, she says, will my son's life ever turn around in the job market or in finding his soulmate? Let's see. Let's pull from the work year or from the Light Seers Tarot just for some insight on your son. And what I'm getting here is that your boy right now is being his own worst enemy, okay? And 9 of Pentacles reversed. He is chronically dissatisfied right now. He needs to change his attitude in order for the energy to follow. And the 9 of Pentacles reversed is kind of saying to me, I'm just never going to get my way. It's never going to be right for me. Why do other people get all the luck and I get all the crap? He is really being foreboding joy is a big thing. So will his life ever turn around? Well, yeah, anything in reverse is available upright, but he's going to have to start being a better friend to himself. Not an indulgent friend, not somebody who says, yeah, don't worry about that. Let's go get some beers and chill. And he's going to have to actually have a vision for what he wants to draw into his life, both romantically and career-wise. So those are the little things that need to be attended to. As a mother asking this question, I would be careful how much you're enabling this behavior. Or you could also be shoulding all over him, and basically he's not going to do what you tell him to do anyway. He's got to learn this lesson himself. So how can you break up with this situation just for this week? Give it a rest. Not going to prod. You're not going to cajole. You're not going to entice him. You're going to let him be a big man. And you're going to do your own life and your own practice. And you're going to show by example that the glass can be half full. Okay? That's what I've got for you, Marcy.
She said he helps everyone but himself.
He helps everyone but himself. Well, isn't that a nice way of getting the spotlight off of his own self-development? And then he has the excuse like, everybody always wants something from me and I can't move ahead because blah, blah, blah. So, peace out just for the week. Just for the week. I'm not talking about abandonment. I'm talking about letting him do his thing. He will not change until it hurts bad enough for him to do it. And they don't do it for their mothers. I'm sorry. I have a daughter right now who is driving me absolutely up the wall. But, like our adult children have to be adults first and then children after. It gets switched. All right, who's next, my love?
How about Disha Maladkar?
Disha? Wow.
Maladkar.
I'm looking for the name so I can try
Scroll
to pronounce
up on
it.
YouTube. She's up above.
Okay.
Sandwiched in between posts between Stacy.
She
says,
I can't find it.
Can I please get a reading?
Sure. No paradigm or anything?
I don't see a question. No.
Okay. So Disha, we're gonna pull a card for you. I can't find your little comment, so I can't display it, but we're pulling a card for you. I think we're gonna go for this Moonology deck by Yasmin Boland. It's a really beautiful deck. Look at the backs of these cards. Don't they work with my color scheme?
Yeah.
It's all about the color for me today. I can't tell you why. Ooh, Disha, this says you're very close to achieving your goal. Gibbous moon. Guess where we're headed? We're in the first quarter moon right now. We're headed into the gibbous moon. So you're so close. Don't take your foot off the gas pedal. Now, I want to say, because of our group reading, don't floor it. Don't floor it either. You're going to just go the speed limit, maybe a little above, but
you get to coast into it.
Yeah. Well, it's not really a coasting into it. That would be more the waning energy. This is more about increasing your speed appropriately and paying attention to the speed zones in the area. So you're very close to achieving your goal. What is the fire that you need to manage underneath that simmering pot? When will you add the next ingredient? I'm hearing that time is of the essence right now. What are you building up and fortifying in your own life, your own lived remembering right now? Spend some time outside under her rays. I was wanting to say to you that we talk a lot in the winter time about the lack of daylight and how to manage it. But we hardly ever talk about this tipping point into more light and less night. I want you to cultivate a beautiful sleep relationship during this movement into more light. You need to make the most of the nighttime hours during the spring and summer, just like you do managing sunlight in the wintertime. All right. So sleep hygiene, respecting the sovereignty of your bedroom and your bed. Maybe you need to clean up your bedroom, open the windows a little, get some fresh air in there, get out your broom and sort of sweep the corners and
tech-free action going on.
Yeah, take a break. Make your sleep space a sanctuary where you actually honor the hours of night that you do have. And before summer solstice, you might want to get yourself a little eye mask.
Oh yeah.
Artificial night. We have artificial light during the winter, artificial night during the summer. Okay? Boom.
Down over my eyes.
Yeah. Get some extra dark space. Anyway, that's what I've got for you, sweetie. Blessings.
A little birdie told me that somebody near and dear to us is starting a brand new job tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Sister
Yeah, I
is
haven't
on.
seen her.
She's on.
She's on? My sister Dee Dee is starting a new job. Look, this is her Facebook friend, Facebook user. Dee Dee, just accept the StreamYard and let them show me your name, okay? It doesn't hurt.
Where do you accept it? I can't see. I'm one of the invisible people. I don't see where you can accept it.
I don't know, but I had to, and a lot of these people have. All right, I'm going to pull from the Work Your Light deck, Miss Dee Dee, about your new job tomorrow, because that is a portal moment. And this is the deck of portals. I've always said that. So embrace it. Ooh, look at this one, my sweet sister. Awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being integration, a new way of being, period. Integration, period. Apparently I can't read that on the screen. But look at the ascension energy. You know, it's like that song, Lord, lift me up where we belong, where the eagles fly to the mountains high. You know, so allow yourself to be uplifted. Start this thing at a higher vibrational level than where you've been. I think this is beautiful for you. I hope you snap a picture right now of me and this card, and then maybe you print it out and put it in a frame and put it on your desk at your new job so everybody knows what a cute sister you have.
Yay!
All right, who's next, my beloved?
Come on, people who wants a card.
Nobody wants messages today?
Next time we all just go outside. Can I have one? Yeah.
Can you what?
Can you pull one for Natalie?
Oh, okay. What's your question, Nat?
My question is, what does my next quarter hold?
Hail to the spring.
Yes, ma'am.
Hail to the spring. Yes. Do you have a deck request?
The pretty green one.
This one?
Yes.
It's a favy for me. So Natalie wants to know, what does this next season hold for her? I'm just going to wait for it to pop. We're in no hurry this morning. Or maybe you are, but I'm not. Nope, it's this one. So we have the King of Pentacles for you upright. Remember, we had the King of Pentacles over here reversed in the message. So getting that King of Pentacles upright is sort of awesome. Integrity, things that make you feel solid, things that make you feel easeful. I mean, look at the relaxed posture of this king. It's like, I got nothing to worry about. Everything is working out for me. All things point in the direction of security and longevity. And, you know, I'm a generous soul, but I make sure that I have what I need too. Remember, we talked about reciprocity and making sure that, you know, there is this energy of give and take, loyal companions, you know, and what energy do you need to break up with from the group reading? What is the energy that needs to be healed? And how can the qualities of the King of Earth help you out? This is the sovereign of the land. And I, you know, because I live with Natalie right now, I know that Natalie's getting ready to go back to her volunteer stuff at the farm. You couldn't ask for a better sort of archetype for that adventure than the King of Pentacles, because they are the sovereign of the land. They are the keepers of the sacred earth. So I think this bodes very well. I would get your ass back to the farm, toot sweet, and really just allow yourself this moment of relaxation and feeling like, I got this. You know, again, I have successfully completed every day that I've been asked to show up on this earth so far. So at the end of the day, make sure you're giving that gratitude back. You might even want to, you know, on the warmer days, step outside in your bare feet on the grass, on the land, and say thank you. That's a very good practice to go with this card. What do you think? How's it landed?
Excellent.
Farmer Nat, bring us all the kale. We made so many kale chips yesterday,
Oh my
me and
God, you
Natalie,
made them all.
like a ton of kale chips because Nat paid for her CSA and we got 3 humongous bags of kale. And it's like, what are we gonna do with all this kale? Well, we're gonna make kale chips.
Alrighty. How about a card for the green blob?
The green blob
Otherwise known as
wants
Jill.
Jill wants to know, how about a Moonology card for my interview on Wednesday? Ooh la la. Absolutely, Moonology card for your interview on Wednesday. Boop, boop, boop. Nope, it's this one. Okay. We have a new start is coming. You don't need any more from me than that, right? Like this is your time. This is your time. This is also, this is the new moon energy. And we're not going to be in the new moon for a while. So I would say don't worry if you don't hear right away about the interview, or if there's a longer process to the interviewing thing than you expected. Just keep saying this to yourself. A new start is coming. A new start is coming. And allow the La Luna to sort of say yes or no to whatever. Don't just jump at something right away. Don't forget to do anything you can to negotiate the best financial situation for yourself long term. Look at the benefits as well as the hourly rate or yearly salary. Really use your smarts here. Is there opportunity for advancement at this place? Do your values coincide with this employer? Check all that out. And then I'm really getting that, a new start, a new moon. I think you're going to really see things unfold in the next 3-4 weeks. Okay. I love this.
I'm gonna I'm squeezing in as many.
Squeeze them, baby. Squeeze them.
How about Diane Chumley? She's over on Facebook.
Diane Chumley.
And she asks a card to stepping confidently into my next and best.
A card to step into her next and best. Mm-hmm. Oh, I can't find Diane. I did find Disha now that I'm looking for Diane. I like to put your comments up on the screen.
I don't think I see the entire feed because she's just a few from the bottom of my feed.
Okay, let me look at the bottom. Nope, I don't see her. Okay, so something for your next and best. Well, that's the portal deck to me. So work in your light, girl. Work in your light. Ooh, and Diane, I gotta say, first thing I'm hearing is do not slide back on your boundaries. Do not. You put them in place for a reason. So stick to your plan. Next and best. Ooh, and look at this. It says trust the niggle. And this is like the little in the back of your, the back of your lizard brain or your third eye twitch that's like, something's not right. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? So, if something feels off, it's sort of directing you in another direction. When you are, to speak in the words of Abraham, when you are tuned in, tapped in, and turned on, you sort of feel the right and the wrong of it. I also do this thing where I test the energy. So is this generative energy for me? I'm able to keep the circuit tight. If it's disgenerative energy, the circuit breaks, even though I'm really trying to keep it together. So I want you to use some little test elements for yourself. How do you allow your intuition to either help you or make you crazy while you're trying to figure out the next step, the next move? Are you listening to your intuition or are you distrusting your intuition? Intuition wins in all situations. You know, you might look at it and say, well, I don't have enough money for that. I don't have enough time for that. I don't have enough anything for that. But your intuition is saying, yes, you do. We got this. We're going to do this. And you're like, no, no, no. You know, I need my security. And your intuition is like, don't be dumb. Don't be dumb. Let's just try it. Calculated risk style. You know, so I want you to really tap into your inner gooiness right now. Let your intuition sort of take you in the path of this new energy, this new season, all the new that is spring and the reawakening of the mother. That's what I've got for you, darling.
Okay, let's go back over to YouTube. Michelle Katie, she asks, I am the cusp of something. I can feel it. Maybe I can get set up. Oh, she wants to get set up for a time for reading.
Sure, let's get you started right now.
Yeah.
But definitely, you know, ping me for a reading. And guys, my readings are going to get booked out again because now that I'm back at school, you know, I don't have those school hours for readings anymore. So you might want to book up.
I was going to say, since you're on that topic, Natalie and I just got our first shot this past week. So I'm wondering, is it time to start like a tally list of our people who like to come to Ritual and see when we have, you know, enough people that are clean and clear to be able to come?
Let's not say clean and clear. Sorry. I don't like this concept of clean and dirty and sort of, but we are going to be outside again. And so I'm kind of thinking Beltane might be a good time to circle around, you know, with paying attention to all that is still in place. We're not going to be rule breakers, but being outside and circling would be nice. All right. I want to get, to Michelle's question. And I'm feeling the Work Your Life deck, okay? I'm on the cusp of something. I can feel it. You know, that's that Aries propulsion. That's that spark plug energy. And so what we've got for you, honey, is the Eight of Pentacles. Get busy. Do your due diligence. Move forward in a masterful way. Put your head down and do the work in honor of yourself. Don't just feel it coming. Birth it. Bring it into fruition. Keep your mind on your task. You know, really just follow that feeling of propulsion. And it's like, where do I need to put my mastery and my excellence? Where are my skills really paying off right now? Or how have I been ignoring my gifts? And now it's time for me to really go into the honoring and the caring of those things again. I love this. Oftentimes I'll call this the devotion card. You know, what do you feel passionately devoted to right now? Aries would love the passion and the devotion. So lean in. Don't cheat yourself. And really set something up and we can talk more about this. All right. Who else? Is that it? No, one more? All right.
There probably is. Actually, Jane Worth would like a card.
Jane! Yay! Look, Jane saying, I do. Are we getting married this morning? Did she have a question or?
Not that I could see.
Okay, Jane, I'm going to pull for you from the Work Your Light deck. because we're in a portal moment. Equinox is a portal moment. Oh my gosh. And look at this one. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Again, that propulsion, that Aries energy. You know, like these two cards could be sisters or siblings, brothers. Let's not gender it up. I try, but I'm so bad at it. Sorry. These could be sibling cards, you know. What is your soul calling you to do? And how are you going to put that to work and build on that skill? I love this for you. You know, it's like a new day is dawning. The portal is the mountains. Like between the mountains, you see the potential that's coming up over the horizon. I think this is beautiful for you, Jane. What's in the pipeline? What call do you need to answer today? That's what I've got. So, guys, I want to say a little thing about ritual for equinox. Like, number one, I did the thing that I said I wasn't going to do anymore, and I had a ritual on the day I had acupuncture. And I'm serious, last night I couldn't think straight. I had a phone call with Ricky Jean. I hardly remember what we talked about, but I know it was very silly and we laughed a bunch. Oh, I know. She found this cool talent. It was amazing. But I have to say, ritual via Zoom is not working for me. I can't pull it off in a way that feels authentic to me. I don't know why. Like before the pandemic, we would have a physical ritual here. I would share my guided meditation via SoundCloud. I would show you my altars, that kind of stuff. That felt authentic to me. Trying to reproduce an energetic collective ritual over the interwebs is not working out so great for me. So what I want to say to my Moon Meditation Sacred Circle, which is my $16 a week or a month private group, is that for the full moon, we will have channeled messages. So next Sunday afternoon, probably around 4:00, we'll have channeled messages because that feels very authentic to me on technology. What doesn't feel right is a ritual situation where I can't actually stand up and move around and do the thing and light the thing and say the thing and hold hands with some freaking people. So no ritual right now. I just can't do it on Zoom. But next Sunday night, we're going to do channeled messages. I'm going to be doing channeled messages for Moon Meditation Sacred Circle in for both the new moon and the full moon each month, as close to the actual dates as I can. So, and the only other thing I wanted to say is subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want to. You know, hit the bell, get the YouTube things, because I'm really feeling more of a call to share some magical practices on YouTube rather than trying to recreate a ritual. Kind of like our half full glass this week. Let me know if you do this one. I want to hear how it goes. If you have a little mantra that you use each day when you add a little more, I'd love to hear your mantra. And then I can speak your mantra energetically onto the astral plane as well and lend buoyancy to that which you're cultivating. So after having that long-winded spiel, I'm just going to say, blessed Ostara, blessed equinox, the tipping point, the great pull forward, the wheel of the year has turned. Blessed be, blessed be, blessed be. Así es.